because I've got very little on the agenda. But I do have minutes from 2 meetings.
So you got her a big
Yeah,
relax.
Jason's not a fan.
I mean, I'm not a diamond person. Yeah,
I could be coordinating.
yeah.
I can
She
see
was
that.
like caressing it last night and like, she was beaming.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know if I should act like I don't know.
They said it's okay if I told you.
Okay.
Get everybody?
Where is this? Oh, right, that's a work session. Gotcha.
So the minutes of September 2nd, if you want to read through them. I actually haven't read them, Pam, sorry.
Better read them, that's all I can say, because I did them yesterday, and it was a long time since we had a meeting. So Larry, are you doing minutes, or you want me to do minutes, or what?
I guess I will, yeah.
I'm sorry?
I'll do it.
You'll do them?
Yeah. Just so we know what I- So, I'll just write missing. In October and November, we're going to close down some paths.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we should get some, oh wait. Chips. Wood chips.
Oh,
And start spreading.
What's his name?
Ryman.
Ryman. Yeah, you know him?
yep.
Okay.
Because if we could get some chips and get them down now, then they'll look more weathered. But takes
Good idea.
That's great.
Actually, I'd love to see if we couldn't get a pile and kind of drop there.
Yeah,
that'd be
that's what he would do.
Okay.
You just have to
Let's
pick
get
that
the
spot.
Yeah,
Well, put it in that spot.
okay. Motion to accept minutes?
Motion made.
Second? All in favor? Great. And then work session minutes? Just motion to accept them? They're not very elaborate.
You'll notice that my font is much larger than yours. Apparently, this is being done without glasses, and I should need glasses.
And plus yours looks bigger.
I need that.
Motion to accept? Second? All in favor? Okay,
We weren't there.
we're covered.
We can't
Since we have a public, which we never do have, he's the entire public, well, let's jump there. So did you have some comments to make, or do you?
No, my questions were the deed.
Okay,
that you mentioned.
he asked about the Baker trust deed, who has it? You abut Prospect,
No,
but close.
I'm familiar with it quite a bit since my dad was born up there, and he talked, as kids growing up, that they were up there a lot. So there's some interest to go back and kind of gather up some
No.
interest, some information, and try to relate to my memory of his words.
And then on that note, Sue Chase, if anybody knows her, she's an artist here in town. She's lived here for many, many years. She dropped this off at my house yesterday, and it's a map from 1860 of Jackson. But that's all it has on here is the people that own the land. But up in Prospect, it's huge. I mean, it's the biggest probably populated area.
Well, see, that's what he talked about.
Which is
a lot
so
of the
odd to me.
farming and the activity up there and the people that lived up there.
Yeah.
He was born in 1909 and they left in 1920, so it was probably.
So he was born there?
I'm sorry?
Your father was
No,
born?
he was born where I live now.
Oh,
on the
okay.
Property there.
Huh.
But, as I say, I walk up there a lot and you kind of like, damn, I like to try to dig out some of the history.
Yeah.
of why the people went there, where they came from, why did they leave?
One of the interesting things on that note is there's one on here that says Johnson's Mill, and we've seen a mill, but the gentleman Johnson, they came up a couple of years ago, Pam, you might remember, and they found the cellar hole through Warren where their father's or their family's house was, and he said, geez, we would love to donate money to put in signage or do a little thing about the history, and so it's something we've always wanted to do up there is, lay out the cellar holes and, get a little map
Some
and,
names on them.
yeah, get names on them and something like that. It would be a really nice thing, because that was quite a, if you look at this,
Bustling little.
it was quite a bustling little community.
I was just gonna
And there's
say,
a school up there.
I know
Yeah.
there's a school at the foot of Patrick Hill.
Patrick Hill, what's that?
Well, it's just this side of Loon Road.
Oh, that would be it, that's it.
Yeah, it's my dad went to school there.
Your father went to school this side?
Was it Warren? Warren said that at one time there was something like
That's
6 or
the
7.
Devon schoolhouses, and there's another
one-room
one.
schoolhouses around
There's
Jackson.
another one on this, and that might be the one that's still over in Dundee.
Oh, yeah, there was one in Great Brook and there's one in Dundee.
Boy, this, you ought to get any of that down.
I was kind of interested to look on the map, that was,
Yeah.
Jock Davis, I'll say he's my great-grandfather. And then the land that we own, in the deed is referenced as the southern half of the Patrick Farm. And that's why it's called Patrick Hill there.
Oh,
Ah.
you'd be interested. If you want to borrow it, borrow it. She just handed it to me.
I just took a peek at
Make
it.
a
And said the Conservation Commission might be interested. It belongs to the Historical Society, not with us. Yeah.
Doesn't mean you can't take a copy of it.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah, and we can put a copy in there with the
Sure.
Prospect Farm. Yeah,
Sure.
but it was kind of interesting, that popped up at my door yesterday.
I have an aerial map from 1943. If there's any interest, I can get a copy of that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Does it have any buildings on it? Or? Oh, that might be interesting to see.
The machine
Yeah.
took it out of.
Yeah,
You can give a copy to Larry.
Thanks.
yeah, hang on to it for a while.
No, I'm not walking out of here with it, don't worry.
Okay, so at this point, I've got 2 phone calls into Greg Howard, and he hasn't been answering, and it's been a week, so I'm guessing he's away. I've got his cell phone and his other, so I'm wondering what we can still do. And I think we can still seed in front of the parking lot. We can definitely spray wood chips if we can get them there. We'd have to get them there like right away. And the only thing we can't do probably is move boulders. That takes Jay or somebody with a tractor. But we could reseed that. What he wanted me to do, so I called up Paris Farmers. There's 2 different types of conservation mix. There's Paris, their own, and there's the state conservation mix. The state conservation mix, they only had a 50-pound bag. It was $100 and some odd. The other one's in 25-pound bags. I think he was okay with either one. He said, it would be kind of nice to have some flowers, wildflowers, etc. I asked the guy what the difference was. He said, not a lot. There's just a couple of different things in the one that isn't in the other. So I could go out and get a 25-pound bag. I think that would do it for that. He said, seed the hell out of it. We could rake it, but we'll have to
Mark it off.
mark
Stake
it
it
off,
off.
stake it off. Yeah, and this is Columbus Day weekend. It's just like the busiest, most,
Well, can we do it after this weekend?
I don't know. I think we're pushing our luck with seeding.
Yeah, but grasses, I think they seed.
Anybody know this answer? I was hoping, my wife said, Mike might know the answer. Why don't you know this, Mike? Yeah, and I can't get Greg on, he just hasn't.
When's that winter rye? This time of year? I don't know if
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he thought it was okay.
I would think the difference between a week this time of year right now can't make that, right? Like, I think it'd be
Yeah.
fine.
And it hasn't been that cold.
Yeah, it hasn't been
Yeah.
that cold.
But I'd love to get it done, like,
Yeah, and I know if I throw grass seed down now, it'll come up next spring. It may not sprout now.
yeah. Okay, so he said that, the other thing he wanted to do is, and I don't understand what it is that kind of a rollout netting you put down, or?
Yeah.
Can we buy that?
You can get that at Harris Farmers too.
I'll do it. I'll do
I
it.
I have a roll of it.
How thick is
You
it?
have a roll of it?
I'm
And,
gonna use it for a job.
Yeah.
I'll show you.
show it to me, yeah, just so I know what I'm buying.
It just looks like very small twine.
Yeah.
Interwoven.
And the reason,
Erosion.
okay, it's just gonna hold the soil.
Keeps it in place. It keeps
And
it
then he said
moist.
put hay on top of.
Right, keeps it moist.
Oh, okay, moist, that's what I thought.
Remind me, which area are we talking about reseeding? Is this the
Right
area
above
that
the
was,
parking.
that's complete, okay.
That's, and we were there, I'm not sure if you were still there, but people were getting out of their car and just walking down. We were just one after another while we were standing there talking, and they're just getting out of their car and walking right down.
Okay, so just that whole bank
So
right
you
there.
basically,
Yeah.
if you covered it with hay, people would basically stay off it.
I honestly think we're gonna have to stake it.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't think people.
I walked out here and I saw, I could take like one of our little signs and have some made up, you know, wetland restoration. They're still gonna walk down it. I mean, I think we have to put stakes in and then,
We'll
you
do
know,
both.
orange
Yeah.
tape.
Garden.
Yeah, and just say
A tag
revegetation
on it,
zone.
right?
Yeah, put a couple of,
They see it, or.
The same thing in
Or
this
have to
spot.
inspect
but-
it if you understand.
are we gonna get any crap because it's Columbus Day weekend and it's so heavily populated and it's unattractive? Just,
Well, do we have to
No.
do
So
it
is
next
erosion.
weekend?
okay, just wanted, throwing that out there. This is the most photographed spot in town.
Yeah, I think it'd be okay though. I mean, that spot though, I mean, it's just the head of the park, you know, it's the front, it's
Yeah.
the parking lot, that, just like that small slope down.
Yeah.
You know, if it were something right on the, if we were like right along the banks,
It's not
Yeah.
in your
The view is
Okay.
woods.
yeah, if we, I think it'd be.
If we're gonna do it, we gotta do it soon. I mean, I think this next weekend, even though it is Columbus Day weekend.
Yeah, I won't be here and I
I'm
want to
gone
help.
the whole
That's what
week.
happened last time, you know?
What is a day that we can snag? I mean, it won't take us that long, and we only need 3 or 4 of us. 2 right quick, throw the seed down, spread out the, you know, somebody else putting in stakes. So we got about an hour and a half, 2 hours work with 4 of us. So is there a day we can put together, and I can,
Midweek, you're saying?
I could do Friday
Yeah.
morning.
I can't do Friday, I could do.
I'm pretty lax.
yeah, anybody else at all?
Tomorrow's my only good day until the weekend.
I could do Wednesday morning.
We got 1 person each day.
Yeah, I was gonna say Friday afternoon, probably.
Well, I could
Anybody
do
on the,
I'm okay.
anybody on the weekend?
I'm okay Friday afternoon.
Yeah, Friday, I could probably do Friday afternoon.
What time?
I gotta think about that. Maybe probably like 3.
Yeah. I think I could.
Are
do
you,
that.
are you early in the bakery that day?
Yeah, so I'm done
I
by
think I'm
1
okay.
usually, or 2.
I need to look at the calendar at home, but I think I'm okay.
Friday is, today's what? 7?
Yeah,
That's basically.
So
Yeah, I was gonna
Friday
say
is
11.
11. Could we do it? If I got everything together and we,
There's a chance. I
Either
could
that
show
or
up
maybe
Friday.
Thursday afternoon. I don't know my calendar, but I
they
think.
like Friday.
Yeah.
You
That's
can't
fine.
do Friday.
I can't do Friday afternoon.
So we got Mike Friday at 11, no,
Oh,
3.
3. I could do around 3.
Possible, Margaret? 3?
Yeah, I think that's possible.
No.
It's just gonna be a show.
And but you
Yeah.
could, okay.
Yeah.
We can get 3 of us or 4 of us, and I can, so that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, with Tom? Is he doing 4
Oh,
days
yeah,
this week?
yeah, so he would probably be around on Friday too.
Yeah, so Tom could probably do it.
Before you,
That's the day.
that's it, Friday at 3 PM.
Can we?
Okay, so I need a motion.
Wait, you got a question?
Oh,
No, that's all right.
sorry,
Go ahead.
go
Go
ahead.
ahead with the motion. I can go afterwards.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, can we seat up by the Green Bridge too? That awful path
Oh,
going
God,
down?
that's.
Do you think that's worth
In the
seating?
corner,
Would
you
it-
mean?
Would it work?
Yeah, right
Yeah.
next to
It comes down,
that
yeah.
slot where
I mean,
people are
that's
gonna
just
break their
awful.
neck
I
and.
mean, we could save some seed and throw it in there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, we're gonna
if
have
it's
to rope that off too. or take
Pretty
it off.
steep.
I would just
Yeah.
buy the 50-pound bag too.
Buy the
Just have it.
Yeah,
Or like,
Okay.
We're gonna have other uses for this stuff.
Okay, 50-pound bag?
Yeah.
Okay, I think he said like 112, 120 right there, wasn't?
It's not 1,000.
Okay. All right, I need a motion to go buy stakes, tape, seed, and hay.
I'll make that
And
motion.
Second.
all in favor? Okay, I'll do it. I'll line it up for 3 o'clock on Friday. We got 4 bodies.
Do you want me to make signs, Larry? I can do that this week.
Oh, I love you too.
Yeah, I can do
Uh,
that.
just-
Just like what we have over there?
Yeah, didn't
Something
you do
small?
those?
I did.
Did I go laminate them?
No, I think I laminated them too.
Oh, okay,
I can do all
thanks.
that.
Can you do it, really?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yes, 6 or 8 or 10, something like that. That would be great. I'll get stakes and a stapler, and we'll just staple them, like we did out here, and run tape. Good, so that would get that seeded and done for the winter. Boy, that would be a nice
And then
feeling.
maybe we can do wood chips after that.
If
And I'll be
we-
here for that one.
If we
You're the
have
wood
wood
chip
chips.
or something.
It may not be there by,
No, but can you talk to him?
yeah.
Okay,
He's gonna say the same thing, where do I go?
where do I dump them? There's only 1 of 2 spots he can, or 2 or 3 spots he can, but where the entrance is, with the emergency entrance, the next pull up just beyond that,
Yeah.
that would be a good, either of those.
I won't do the ambulance one.
Yeah, right. Well, you could pull in and put them to the side.
And the wood chips are for that area that got
All
torn
the
out.
paths
Well,
that
we're down by
need,
the stairs too, where the picnic tables are actually.
yeah, the roots got damaged by
Yeah,
Irene,
that's down there, okay.
so we need a wheelbarrow just to haul them down. But even if they just got there, we can set up another date to do that.
Yeah.
And that isn't that, again, it's another 2 hours
Yeah.
tops.
So some down by the picnic table, down by the stairs, the new stairs, right? Isn't that,
Oh, maybe there
that'd be a
too.
good, I think I
Yeah.
remember Greg.
Yeah,
Greg
staying
said,
down there
yeah.
as well.
Yeah, to protect the roots of
Roots.
those trees.
Yeah, it's because of the
Boy,
picnic
those things
tables.
Out there.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you got- Boy, the traffic
I know.
is unbelievable. Okay, so that's good. We, work on signage, oh, what I didn't do is make a color copy. I made 1. I talked to Larry Garland, so I think we're done with the false. Signage, yeah, that's about it. I'm just gonna hand you these. This is what he did quick, and I had one in color, which is the one we need. Maybe I lost the one in color. Oh, no, yeah, I'm using it. So he did a quick outline, and in the email he said, what do you want to put on there? We can put, and he said if somebody knew graphics, we could put it on, but the path is this one. The only problem I see with his map is our path does not go around the pond on that side. And nor does the brook go through the pond.
No.
Wait, what?
See?
The pond is in the wrong spot, or did he make it?
So we're talking about a little man-made pond, right, that we just put in?
Yeah, I'm not sure that's
I
what,
don't think you even call it a pond.
I know, you call it a pool.
A pool. It's a pool.
whatever. But he's got a little body of water here that is not accurate.
Yeah.
And that's okay. I mean, literally, this is where the trail goes like that, and we just, the river doesn't have to go through it. If he could just move the river around it like this.
Don't we want to just make it right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I'm gonna point it out to him, that's what I'm saying to you. I know, but I'm gonna point it out to him. So, this is what we have to work with is tonight, unfortunately. He just emailed this to me. So, is that a good correction, is what I'm saying? And what we want, he asked, do you want to show bridges? Yes, we want to show the 2 bridges, don't we?
Yeah.
And they're not in the right spot, that's the only problem.
You know, I think this thing he's showing here looks more like what was once the swimming pool. Because
Of course, where?
the brook doesn't go into that,
Pond.
No.
yeah, this isn't even the right pond. That little pond is here, and it's
But didn't they have an outlet or an
right,
inlet
it's
that they?
fed totally different.
Mm,
I'm just saying that
Yeah,
this thing, if this is correct, if the trails are where it's supposed to be, this is ice brook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The problem
This
is
is-
nobody will be able to find it.
Yeah, this is.
Do you think that
dam.
might be what was once the pond?
Yeah, or the dam, you know.
Right,
the
which
dam's here,
the dam created the
here,
pond, and
So Larry
Our
may be using an
little
old plan or something
Vernal,
like that.
vernal pool is here.
so the bridges are here and here, and he's actually fairly correct.
Well, I think it'd be hard for him to be wrong, because you
This
might have been using the software.
Yeah,
Probably
well,
using an
I
old
mean, look
map,
at, look
yeah.
at,
It
look
was a
at the
tough
upper.
thing for somebody that doesn't know it, though, to read, I think.
But
Oh, yeah.
looking at what he did, this looks pretty damn accurate.
Well,
The
you
upper-
with GPS.
He did it with GPS. So that's all he's got is the body of water in the wrong spot. Which
Or it
is-
needs to be, yeah, I think the body of water is in the wrong spot, or it needs to be named what it might be,
Has
which is
been.
the old Gray's Inn
So
something.
what he did was hand me this, and he said, put on there what you want to put on there. And then, you know, he can do some of it, but he said if you want to get someone who does graphics real nicely, which isn't me, you know.
Yeah, I
So,
think we
so what my point is, pretending that this is an accurate map and just follow the trail, we do want to show the two bridges.
Yeah.
Do we want to show, like this was the old dam?
I think we should show the two dams,
Okay, so,
Yeah.
or the dam and the,
the kissing, or the bridge thing,
yeah,
whatever. it's
dam and it was,
called.
yeah,
Kissing?
Kissing Bridge, I think. Yeah. Do we want to put anything else on here, like, you know, the actual, you know,
Yeah, we should
like,
show the location of the foundation.
Yeah, show where the foundation is. I would put that cellar hole that we found on the corner.
right,
I would also maybe put something on here that just shows like, oh, maybe it doesn't need to be on here, but just a note, something that says like trail continues to Nestle Nook. Or something like that,
here.
because what's gonna happen is someone's gonna get there,
Trail.
and if you're just looking at this, you're thinking that they're,
Continues.
You should maybe put private
don't
property
realize you
too.
just
Yeah,
turn.
private.
yeah, that you need to turn, yeah, that, because if, you might miss that. Yeah, that's good, that's.
Well, you can just
perfect,
put
too.
Nestle Nook, you don't need to put private property, because if you follow the trail over here, I think this trail does this, Thornhill. You know, it couldn't hurt to put the Thornhill in there, Thornhill Lodge, just so that people know where they are. The apple orchard we were gonna put in,
Yeah, we could put that in.
apple orchard.
And aren't there, I think there are
And
two
then where
views,
he
right?
has a little GPS thing here, it looks like, is that the view?
I assume that's
Black
one,
Mountain.
yeah, one of the
I'm
views.
assuming.
Could be the high point too,
Oh,
for
Oh.
it, for the
Oh,
trail,
yeah.
it's probably, well,
because
it doesn't really make.
it looks
I don't
like
know,
it's,
how many contour lines.
I would have thought the high point would be on that back.
Yeah,
so put view
Yeah.
to Black Mountain.
And there are two of them, right?
you have
They're
little
two cuts.
squiggly lines?
Yeah, there's-
Yeah, there's two view cuts.
Where do you?
Is there, is that just, what's that little squiggle you have, that's that squiggle?
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Intermittent stream, maybe?
Oh, it might be.
That, yeah, that really light one? Could
Yeah,
that be
there is
a,
an intermittent stream.
that runs through and then connects with whatever that ice pond brook?
Oh, I bet it is. It's off of Ice
Makes
Pond
sense,
Brook.
I
Right, that would be
Yeah,
the
and
one.
it does divide there, right before the
So
orchard.
that goes into the vernal.
Okay, so view to Black Mountain, view to Mount Washington. So I've got,
There's a huge pine tree back there.
Yeah.
Be nice to show that off.
so Ice Pond,
Tree.
Large tree.
and I can talk to Larry
Yeah,
about what
tree.
he did here as far
Yeah,
as,
use some abbreviation.
you know, why Ice Pond is there and it really, what it shouldn't be.
Yeah, but
But he could have done what you were
Yeah,
saying.
he might have
He,
had-
he
might
may
have
have
it on-
shown where the ice pond used to be,
Right.
and it was there because of the dam.
yeah, you might have a map that has
And,
that on
and
it.
then the little vernal pool out here may not be on here.
It's not on here, yeah.
Okay, and that's why I
You could
got
label that
confused.
former ice pond or whatever.
Aren't there some other trails too that come off this back portion? That loop back around to Nestle Nook? Isn't there like one or two? By
Yeah.
that big rock, there's a
We
big,
can't really show that because it's not, it's someone's private property.
yeah.
Okay.
Maybe we should, or we could put a note on there that, so people just don't get confused, like.
So okay, do what, on where?
Well, on the backside here, there's like there's a really big rock back here,
Yeah.
and then there's like trails that just lead off.
It's the old
Yeah, but you-
Wigglesworth.
But you don't see those, do you?
Yeah, I would say either,
From our trail, you can't
Not
really
yet,
see
maybe
it
we
unless
should.
you know it's there.
I would keep it like this for now until.
Yeah, I like it just saying trail continues to Nesselhook. You know,
That's, oh, I'm sorry, I meant
Yeah.
to put also something similar like private trail or something like that. Just, I don't know if people would get confused at that spot.
I don't think they'd get confused, but I think if we said private trail, we'd have people walking on it.
Okay.
yeah.
That's,
Yeah. You're more likely to have them wander over that way if you show them on here, I think.
that's what I'm saying. I mean, if they wanna go find it, that's cool.
So, that's all I envisioned was this on a piece of wood, stained with a little kind of half roof.
Yeah.
We'll just plastic it, okay, so it'll last a year, and it'll be right at the end of the parking lot here on a 4x4. And then, if there's some room here, if we wanted to, we could do a little history of Gray's Inn and a little bit of why there's Ice Pond Brook and that, you know, why there was a dam there, what it did. The apple orchard was for the
Yeah.
Gray's Inn Hotel. If we could even get a little photo someday of the little kissing bridge, which we have, and that could be next to it. So I was gonna cut a piece of wood like this. Boom. And let's get
That's the cedar shingles you could use for the roof.
Okay, I wasn't even gonna get that fancy. I'm just gonna put a 2-piece of pressure treated.
Now you
Like
can
that.
put some shingles on top of that.
Cedar looks.
And that's about all I've got.
Awesome.
Cutting and pointing.
Oh,
We were gonna talk about
Okay.
the pathway to the island.
Oh.
We had talked about moving rocks around to make it easier to get over to that island, not put a bridge in,
Right.
but just reposition a
A
few
couple of
rocks.
us had talked about, it, but Phil had emailed,
Yeah.
and it was a good idea. Rather than try to put the bridge back, which we wanted to do, we already did some cutting, so
Yep.
we did recut that, and actually, I'll throw that in our minutes. I'd like just people to know that we recut that. And he was real glad to hear that we recut Phil, because we had done it for years. And you know, when the commission had done something for like 5 years in a row, and then a new commission comes along and we decided not to, well, the old members were like, well,
Well,
what did we do that for 5 years for?
but there were good blackberries.
Yeah,
Blackberries.
so at least we opened it up, and we got the
yeah, you
trail
got
back
some, you got
open.
some nice views up to the falls.
Yeah, and then Phil's idea was, we could move a couple of the big rocks around, so it's bump, 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 and
That's only gonna hold up seasonally.
Yeah,
We
that's,
adjust it.
That's,
if we did it now, it won't be there in the spring.
Right. I would.
Yeah, wait till
maybe
after the spring.
doing the
There's
spring.
not bridges coming through that.
But I didn't
Well,
realize,
there was a family with a couple little kids out there on the island when we went out and looked
Oh.
at it.
okay, so they get gotten out there.
They had gotten out there, but
Yeah,
watching them walk back, I could just picture that little kid whacking his head trying to get back
Yeah.
across those rocks. And I don't think you'd have to move much to make it a little easier.
I never knew this, but I was there with Greg Howard, and we're looking at the falls, and he looked at one of like the biggest damn rocks in the falls, and he said, oh, that one moves every year. I went, no way. And he said, he said, oh yeah. He said, take a picture of it. If you come back next, it won't be the same. He said, and I didn't know that. I wasn't aware that rocks as big as this table, they move.
Sure.
Yeah, every year. And you just assume that
It's
the
heavier.
same rocks
Yeah.
are there. Yeah, but he said, oh, no. He said, you take a picture of a river, and you come back and take a picture, and you take a picture. They turn, they move, they go a couple feet, yeah, so in the spring, I like the idea of us just going down there with a bar or two and moving a few around, so people can at least go bump, 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 you know, across that little stream. And you were saying, I think, Margaret, that even if you made it so it would be easier to step down,
Right.
you and Tom would.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have we made any progress on talking to Greg Howard about getting parking restrictions put into the
No.
plan? So
No.
that we can move ahead with the parking?
Yeah, no, actually, I haven't been able to get a hold of him, period.
Mm-hmm.
But, I would like us to discuss it here at this table. We had some of that conversation during a work session, and the idea was to cut down some of the parking that's parallel, do I have the right word? Yeah, along, going up Carter Notch. Definitely the side road, cutting off all the parking up there if we could. I told you we'd run into some opposition, probably, but we need to get that into the plan, I think. We can't just decide to do that on our own. And like I said, the selectmen, they've already signed off on a plan. It didn't include that, and so we can't just throw it in there now, and they didn't sign off on it. They really have to. And even if we could negotiate, like, the one selectman asked me, are you willing to, give in a little? I said, of course I am. Sure, yeah. So if the road agent doesn't want to do, the entire parallel parking, maybe he'll do the side, road. Start with that one, for next year, and see how that goes. And then,
You're gonna have to put some signs up,
yeah,
there are no parking signs.
right. And that's something they have to do anyway.
Just have to do, yeah.
Yeah. And then a boulder or two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No parking signs,
Yeah,
don't take
but don't do much good. Yeah, I've got them all around my place, and man, they're parked everywhere. Anyone have anything else?
Oh.
Frosty Loop.
Rothstein.
Yeah, what is that?
Rothstein. Well, it's, I spoke with Linda Como, and she referred me to Winkley's, who works for the Nature Conservancy now.
Okay.
And he recalled it, and he was going to get me a copy of the deed and
Oh.
the plan, but didn't quite make it in time. But
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll get it.
Yeah.
In any event, it's a deed restriction, and the town apparently is the executory holder.
Oh,
So,
okay.
in other words, and I think it can be enforced by anyone, if I remember correctly from what Lynn said.
Yeah,
So, I'd like to see exactly what it says, and when I get a hold of it, I'll bring it in,
oh,
but,
okay. Well, that must be here in the town office.
yeah,
If we know the lot number.
yeah, well, we,
There's 5 lots.
yeah,
What?
I think it's 5,
Yeah.
4 or 5 different
Oh, okay.
chunks that make up the,
yeah.
so my feeling is the part that's protected is the lower section down in that wetlands area. That's what,
But Link said it was pretty important, even though it's not a conservation easement, he said it's an important,
Yeah.
piece.
it's a unique,
Oh, it is a unique spot. Yeah, I don't know if you've walked all through there, but all kinds of water runs through there.
birds.
Yeah, it's
And Susan May was telling me about the Old Thorn Mountain
ski area.
ski
Yeah.
area.
I
And
guess
you have to go through there in order to, and she said you can find I think like the wire and the concrete
Yeah.
pilings. or
Yeah,
whatever,
that's
and follow up to
mentioned in
Juniper.
our write-up. Did anybody follow that link
Yeah.
in the
I
e-news?
did.
There's a link to Lost Skiers, I don't know if you've been to that website, but Susan May just did a write-up for Thorn Mountain
Pretty
skier.
big. It's pretty big
And,
now.
yeah, and it was around till what, 1959? And she has some good photos.
Very long, yeah.
It's interesting because the aerial shots now, you can still see where the runs or the lift lines were.
Yeah, they were dug right out.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting to go take a look at.
Yeah, so I'll get a copy of the deed and the plan, and
Okay, good. Yeah, at least so we know and update the record at least on it, so we know what the restrictions are. And
it's
Just
from
did
19,
a bit of cutting in there, just a couple, well, maybe
Oh.
4 weeks ago. Huge blowdowns, all these, I guess they were red pines.
Hmm.
Looked like they were planted, just a whole section
Yeah.
was wiped out.
Hmm.
So, I think that must be, I think it's on Peter Rattay's property.
They said there's a killer dump up there. I dug around it.
but,
I dug out little children's trucks and stuff. It was a great dump. Anyone have anything else? So, Friday,
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock. I'm gonna,
If I've got a problem, I'll send you an
Okay.
email.
Yeah, likewise.
okay, yeah, please let me know. Otherwise I'll be out there by my Wilson.
I'll come to the pictures.
Yeah, that's probably the plan,
Some
yeah.
pictures for the website.
and we'll plan on doing, hopefully some wood chips. After
Okay.
that.
Yeah, talk to Ryan for us. I don't really know him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think he would.
He has them, he's studying the area.
There's a pile up at Maloon Dump, a huge pile that gets J dumped there. How would we move them?
looking for vacant house anyway.
Yeah,
Get Jay to move.
yeah, well, he could, but, you know, we gotta ask him.
We just want to make sure there isn't any knotweed in them, right?
Oh, that's true. And if they're at Balloon Road, there's not, we did them. Oh, but, yeah.
Probably.
He went up and he cleaned up there even some more. Don't notice.
So if we get them from Ryman, maybe we can
They
say,
won't take knotweed.
no knotweed.
No, not.
I was gonna give you,
Oh,
there's
okay.
a couple of things.
Yeah.
It shows up in one of the early deeds of our place. The Wildcat River, at one point in the early deed, is referred to as the east branch of the Ellis River.
Huh.
Subsequently, shows up as the Wildcat River.
Huh.
This area here, I think is, goes up on Black Mountain. This is a furlong up here, what I think is, used to be the,
That is in Prospect up in here?
no, I don't believe so. I
Oh,
think,
okay.
because if you take the Black Mountain Cabin Trail, there's
Oh,
one,
I get you.
a cellar hole there. Dick Quint was talking about a number of cellar holes up there.
Hmm.
I have a picture taken from the house up by Brooks's,
Yeah.
over on here, and it's pretty well cleared, it's pasture land over
Yeah,
there.
unbelievable.
So,
Hmm.
so I think this, you come up here, this is what we call on Balloon Road that goes across, but I think this is the establishments on Black Mountain. And they say the east branch of the Ellis River.
Hmm.
Then this would be over by Whitney's area here, this would be Dundee. This goes up by Bob Davis's.
Because there's a school here,
Yeah, yeah, the Hackett School.
Hackett School, and,
That's the Great Brook, right?
Mhm,
The one
yeah,
on
yeah.
the
and then the other school was what, somewhere?
It's right down in here, yeah, just south of.
Yeah.
There's one on Dundee.
Yeah, 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 the
Boy,
others went to.
We tried to get that schoolhouse that's still there to put on this property.
Yeah,
It's over on, what's his name, Dinsmore's property,
yeah.
and they didn't want to, part with it. But boy, it's something that other conservation commissions should keep pursuing.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to see,
But anyway, thanks for your time.
Oh, no,
Enjoy the-
thank you. George, come. Anything else?
No,
Motion to adjourn?
He's right.
Heading over to
That
Blackmore.
is it, no,
Yeah.
because the book is on the side, you know, there's the.
Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Second. All in favor?
Thanks.
All in
Sorry, this
favor.
is a quick one. Nothing would come together for me this week. I couldn't get anyone on the phone. I couldn't.
I actually did speak with Greg, but,
With who?
Greg Howard, but,
Oh.
yeah, kind of forget what he said.
I can forget what he said.
Well, I think the idea was we were talking.
You just
about
drinking
the show, but yeah,
straight maple
exactly,
syrup?
Exactly.
Is that water?
Yeah.